What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This video here, guys, I'm going to be showing off my complete movie collection you see over here. This is my first movie collection, guys, I've done in about 4, maybe 5 years. I think it was late 2019 or early 2020 when I last did a movie collection video. But yeah, it's been a long time since I did one of these, but the reason why I'm doing this video, guys, is because this is my 100th video on my channel, and for the past several weeks I've been trying to come up with some ideas. I want to do something special for you guys for this 100th video, and I felt this was probably the best option to go with, is just to show off my complete movie collection since I haven't done one in a few years. So without further ado, guys, we're going to get started here and talk about some of these movies here. But before we get started, I just want to tell you there are some movies, if you guys have seen in my previous movie collection videos, there's some movies I don't have in this collection anymore. You know, they were just collecting dust, and, you know, they're non-rewatchable movies, basically. And so I had to get rid of them. I'm also not going to go, you know, into full detail talking about a movie for 5 minutes, guys. I might talk about a movie for a few seconds here and there. You know, I don't want this video to be, you know, 3 hours long. So, and also just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all the new subscribers who came to my channel. So, thank you, guys. I appreciate you coming on board here and joining the channel. And if there's anybody that's, you know, new and watching my videos, please do hit that subscribe button, guys. I would really appreciate it. So, without further ado, guys, let's get started and talk about some movies here. I don't have any of these movies by genre. They're all in alphabetical order here. So, here we go. Let's get started. The first movie I want to talk about, Disney's 101 Dalmatians. Classic. Certainly one of the best Disney movies ever made. Then we have the 40-Year-Old Virgin. Then we got 50-50, which I think is pretty underrated. I enjoy this movie. I do recommend it if you guys haven't seen this movie. It's old. I think it's 2011, I think it came out in. Let's see. We have The Accountant with Ben Affleck. Let's see. Adventures in Babysitting with Every Man's Crush. What's your name, hon? I forget. Oh, my goodness. Elizabeth Shue. Let's see, we have Air Force One with Harrison Ford. My gosh, forgive me, guys, I'm tired. I was up late last night, so my brain is all over the place. Classic Disney right here, Aladdin. I don't own any of the live-action Disney films, guys. I think maybe 1 or 2 I have in here, but I'm just not a big fan of the live Disney films. We have the complete Alfred Hitchcock collection here. This has Rear Window, Vertigo, Psycho, and The Birds. I have seen them all except Vertigo. Rear Window was very good, very long movie, but it was a very good film. Psycho, what else can I say? It's a classic. And The Birds is a classic too. Enjoy that film. Let's see, we have Alice in Wonderland. I do have a lot of Disney films, a lot of the classic ones here. Let's see, we have Alien. I actually just watched this recently, and what else can I say? It's certainly one of the best movies ever made. You have Aliens, which is, I actually like better than the original Alien. You know, I'm kind of more action, you know, I like action films, but this one is definitely a classic. Let's see, we have All Dogs Go to Heaven. What we got here? Guilty pleasure right here, guys. I got a lot of guilty pleasures in this collection, but this one here, I think was from, what is it, let's see, what year did this come out in? I think it was 1980, I think this came out, but it's Alligator. It's a terrible film, but it's entertaining as hell. Along Came a Spider. Let's see, American Hustle, which I think this came out in 4K. I think I gotta upgrade this to 4K, but very good film. Very good film. All right, let's see here. Then we have, oh, probably one of the classics right here, guys. I haven't seen it in a while. I want to go back and watch it, certainly, is American Psycho. Man, just so many great quotes from that film there. All right, here we go. Now, I've got about 7 towers of Blu-rays of this high, guys. So, hopefully we don't knock them down in this video here. We have American Werewolf in London. I've seen the guy that played, what was his name? I know his name is in there. I met him a couple times here. David Naughton. I met him a couple times. I think I've got right in the back there. It's hard to see, but somewhere in the back in the corner there, I got that NECA action figure, the werewolf action figure he signed for me. Cool guy, too. We have Ant-Man. Definitely one of my favorite Marvel films. Then we have the sequel, Ant-Man and the Wasp, with that cool lenticular cover right there. I don't like it as much as the original, the first Ant-Man movie, but it's still entertaining. Let's see, we have Apollo 13. Let's see, Armageddon. Army of Darkness, which actually is the only Evil Dead film I really find rewatchable, guys. I know it's kind of controversial, and people might say, oh, Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2 are better, and maybe they are, but everybody's different. But for some reason, this is the only one I find rewatchable. Don't ask why. Oh, here's a great film. As Good as It Gets. Definitely one of my favorite films. Just great acting, great story. I could watch that every year. Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. Let's see, we have Avatar, this limited edition, little box set as you see here. I don't have the sequel. I'm still debating if I want to buy that, guys, but because I remember I watched it the first time and I liked it. The second time, not as much, so I'm not sure if I want to add it to my collection yet. I think we're going to hold it up for a while. Definitely one of my favorite Marvel films, The Avengers. Man, what else can you say about it? It's just a great film. Then, of course, you got Avengers Age of Ultron, which is, out of the 4 Avengers films, this is the weakest one, but it's still entertaining. I think a lot of people give it crap. I mean, yes, got some problems here and there, but overall, still an entertaining film. Let's see. Then we have Avengers Infinity War, which is probably my second, either number 1 or number 2, because Avengers Endgame is, I keep saying this is my favorite Marvel film, but man, sometimes when I watch Infinity War, it might be number 1, but it's close. But this one and Infinity War, they're my top 2 favorite films, so great movies. All right, let's see. Then, of course, we got the classic Back to the Future trilogy. Man, what else can you say about these films? These movies, guys, what I like so much about them is, like, when you're having, like, a bad day, and you just want to throw a movie on it to really spark your mood, put you back in a good mood. I feel like these are, like, some of the best films to watch right here. I mean, you never get tired of watching them. So, great film. Then we have Balto. Another guilty pleasure here. I don't think you're going to find a lot of people who have this in their collection, but you got the Barbarians. What else can I say? It's a dumb movie, but it's, like I said, entertaining as hell. One of my favorite TV shows is Batman the Animated Series, right there. One other thing I don't have in this collection here, guys, it's actually right up here. I'm going to point to it. That's where all my Dexter collection autograph memorabilia is. But I do have the Dexter Complete Blu-ray series right there, so I forgot to add that in the collection there. Alright, now we're going to get some Batman movies here. We have Batman, the movie from, what year was this? 1966. This is from Adam West as Batman there. Then we have Tim Burton's Batman, Michael Keaton. We have Batman Returns. Still enjoy. They're really the only 2 like Batman movies from the 90s I actually enjoyed watching. This is my favorite Batman animated movie of all time. Is Batman Mask of Phantasm. Just watched it not too long ago. Um, Still entertaining. Just a really fun film to watch. We got Batman Under the Red Hood. I just watched that recently too and still enjoy it. We have the Batman movie from what, 2022, I think that came out. I think. But anyways, I've only watched this a couple times. Of course, watched the first time in theater and then watched it when it came out again. Still enjoy it. I still want to go back and watch it. I feel like there's some things about it I wish they could have done a little bit better, but overall, still a solid film. We got Disney's Beauty and the Beast. And like I said, I do have like one or two of the live action Disney films. I'm just not too crazy about them, guys, but I do have the Beauty and the Beast live action. It's not as great as I want it to be, but still overall entertaining. We have a classic right here, Beetlejuice. Another one, I don't know what else you can say about it. Just a fun movie to watch around Halloween time. And I am looking forward to seeing the sequel coming in early September, I think it is. We have Big with Tom Hanks. Another film just puts you in a really good mood. Feels like it makes you, be a little kid again, Big Daddy with Adam Sandler. We got The Big Lebowski. Classic comedy there. We've got Big Trouble in Little China. Here's another one I don't think a lot of people have in their collection, but this movie always cracks me up every time I watch it. Is Biodome with Pauly Shore. It's a bad movie, but it's entertaining as hell. Black Panther. We have Black Sheep, which I actually watched not too long ago too. I know everybody would probably say Tommy Boy is better, which I think it is. But this is still a really enjoyable film, guys. Still a funny, entertaining comedy. We have Black Widow. We've got Blade, which actually is the only Blade movie I really enjoy, guys. I mean, the second one, don't be wrong, is good, but it doesn't have a lot of rewatchability for me, and we're not going to discuss about the third Blade movie. Blood Diamond. We have a double feature with Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's Bloodsport and Time Cop. Personally, the only reason I bought this is because of Bloodsport. I enjoy that. I'm not a big fan of Time Cop. The Bone Collector, which I think is an underrated mystery thriller. Braveheart. Man, what else can I say about this film here? Freedom! Yeah, just a great film. Let's see, we have The Breakfast Club, 80s classic there. Broken Arrow. We have Buffy the Vampire Slayer starring Christy Swanson, who I met last year up in Tampa at Spookala. Nice lady. She actually had me sign, or she signed a, vampire steak, which I think I've got. Actually, you can see it right here if I can point to it. A little bit more. I think it's like right there, guys. It's hard to see, but it's small there. But she signed that for me there. Let's see. We got Bumblebee. We've got The Burbs with Tom Hanks. Captain America: First Avenger. I'll tell you, the more I watch this movie, guys, because I remember the first time I watched it in theaters, I walked out of it like enjoying it and liking it, and then I went back and watched it when it came on video, and I wasn't liking it as much. But over the years, when I started going back and watching all of the Marvel films in chronological order, I've actually appreciated this movie a lot more now. So it's definitely one of my favorite Marvel films now. So, but yeah, great film. Always enjoy watching that. The sequel, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. What else can I say about it, guys? Great film. I remember seeing that in theater, and that just blew me away. I remember seeing the trailer for this film, and it looked a lot better because I was not too sure it was going to be that great. But after seeing the trailer for this back in 2014, I was like, okay, now I'm, sold. I'm looking forward to seeing this. And this movie did not disappoint me. Definitely one of Marvel's best films. And then we have Captain America: Civil War, which I really like. I hear a lot of people say it's not that great, which I think it's entertaining as hell. It's definitely one of my top 5. Probably my least, maybe second least favorite Marvel film is Captain Marvel. I'm never going to buy the sequel, guys. I didn't hear a lot of great things about that one. Let's see. Casper. We have Castaway. What do we got here? Oh, here's a good one. Catch Me If You Can. Very underrated film. We don't hear a lot of people talk about that one. Here's an underrated film, guys. If you have not seen this, I highly recommend. This is a very, just a really enjoyable film. It's called Chef. It's with Jon Favreau, Scarlett Johansson, Robert Downey Jr. is in it too, but he's only in it for like one scene. But oh, you also have Dustin Hoffman's in this too. But a very enjoyable film, guys. It's almost what's the other film in my Hamlet collection? Like Good Burger. You know, like that movie will make you hungry. This movie here, it'll make you hungry too. But it's a very enjoyable film. We have Child's Play. I am still looking to get the other sequels, Child's Play 2 and Child's Play 3 on Blu-ray. We have Cinderella. Let's see. Oh, classic comedy right here, City Slickers. The second one was okay, but the first one, man, guys, this is another one that can put you in a good mood. You know, when you have a bad day, just throw this movie on. It puts you in a good mood here. Yeah, Billy Crystal. Man, what's happened to him? I haven't heard much of him lately. We have The Client. Let's see. We have Coco. What do we got here? We've got Collateral. Congo. Just watched this not too long ago. Again, it's a dumb movie, but it's entertaining as hell. Ernie Hudson is, really good in this. And who else is here? Lauren Linney was very good as well. Let's see. We have The Conjuring. And we have The Conjuring 2 sequels. I don't own the third one because the third one's forgettable. I did hear they're going to be making a new one too. Courageous. Very good film here. Very good film. I know it may not to be everybody's taste, because it has some religion, faith, into it. I know a lot of people are not into that stuff, but overall, if you throw that out, this is still a very entertaining film. Peter Bentry's Creature. Another dumb film, but it's another guilty pleasure. Just watched this not too long ago. Long movie, but like I said, still entertaining. We have Dante's Peak. One of my all-time favorite trilogies here, guys, the Dark Knight trilogy. What else can I say about it? Obviously, Batman Begins is, really kicked off this incredible trilogy. It was better than I thought it would be. The Dark Knight, man, it was the most hyped up movie I think I was ever looking forward to. And, it turned out to be better than I expected it to be. And then, of course, The Dark Knight Rises, which I've gone back and watched. It's still good. It's still a very good film. It's got some problems, though. I think they could have done better. But overall, this is still one of the best trilogies. We have Deadpool, the Steelbook. And we have Deadpool 2, the sequel there. Looking forward to seeing the sequel coming up here. I think it's this weekend it's coming out. But yeah, 2 entertaining films. Let's see, we got Deep Impact. One of my favorite movies of all time right here, The Departed. I remember when this the trailer came out for this, and I saw the cast, I was like, holy mackerel, they got a lot of great actors in this film. And Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg, and then you add on Alec Baldwin, Martin Sheen, all them in there. This is a great, great movie. It's almost like 20 years old, I think, too. When did it come out? 2005 or 2006, I think. The Die Hard films. This has the original Die Hard, Die Hard 2, which was okay. Die Hard with a Vengeance was much better. And I like the fourth Die Hard film. What is that one called? What is it here? Live Free or Die Hard. Yeah, I enjoyed that film. I don't have that shitty Die Hard 5 film. That That's an abomination. You want a good description of an abomination for a film? That's an abomination. We have Disturbia. Let's see. We have Divergent. We have Django Unchained. Let's see. Doctor Strange. I actually might pick these films up, put it in my lap here, make it a little easier for me here. All right, yeah, this is much better. Dodgeball. We have Dragonheart. Let's see, Dumb and Dumber. Still holds up, guys. Actually, it's going to be the 30th anniversary of this film later this year. I think it's in December. Yeah, it still makes me laugh. It still holds up. I think the excuse me. I think the one thing I find like so ridiculous sometimes what I hear people say is how dumb this movie is. Guys, look at the title. Dumb and Dumber. It's supposed to be dumb. So I don't know why people say that all the time. Anyways, Easy A with Emma Stone. The Edge, an underrated thrower there. Make sure these keep stacked so they don't fall over here. Edward Scissorhands, another classic. I watch it every around Christmas time. E.T., another classic with that cool lenticular cover right there. Alright, let's see. We have Excess Baggage with Alicia Silverstone and Benicio del Toro. You know, that was like one of his earlier films, I think. And you see some of the films he's done over the years. I mean, it's quite a transition going from some of those lousy films to all these great films that he's doing now. Face Off. Hearing some rumors about a sequel to that. I don't know about that. We'll see how it works out. We have both Father of the Bride films. First one's an enjoyable film, but I actually like the second film a little bit better. We have The Fault in Our Stars. Let's see. We got Fern Gully. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I just watched this again, and man, I never get tired of watching this film. I love that street scene, you know, where he's singing out there. It's a classic moment. A Few Good Men, great film. The Fighter with Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg. And Fighting with My Family. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can knock them over. Okay. We have Finding Nemo. Let's see. I'm going to need a drink of water here. Finding Dory. Let's see. We've got Flipper. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Ford versus Ferrari. This was better than I was expecting it to be. Forrest Gump. What a classic. I actually just watched this back on, I think it was the 6th of July, celebrating the 30th anniversary of this film. Great film. Just great film, great acting. And you know what I like too? I like films that, you know, like take you places, and this movie definitely does that. The Founder. Man, I watch this movie every year. I really am intrigued by the story of this here. How McDonald's became so famous, what it is nowadays. Michael Keaton was very good in that too. Foxcatcher, Fright Night. Alright, let's see. The Fugitive, which is one of the best action films I've ever seen. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. We got The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. David Fincher. Yeah, David Fincher is the director, and he directs a lot of great films. Don't fall. Alright, then we got Gladiator. Definitely one of my favorite movies there. We have the Godzilla film from 2014, I think it was. Let's see. Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I'm not the biggest fan of. That could have been better. Godzilla vs. Kong. It was, I mean, it's definitely a little more entertaining movie than Godzilla King of Monsters. I mean, this was better than I was anticipated to be. But I don't find it, like rewatchable. But it's nice to watch if you want to get into watching the monster films. Good Burger. Oh, Good Will Hunting. Great film right here. Man, I watch this film every single year. I watch it every like November. It's a good film to watch around fall time. And man, Robin Williams, man, it's just. I think they just celebrated his birthday yesterday. That's a shame what happened to him. The Goonies, classic. Let's see, Gran Torino. Oh, classic comedy right here, The Great Outdoors. I'm not sure if this one or Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is my favorite John Candy film. But this film I love watching every summer. Let's see here. We've got The Green Mile. Great film there. I think that's going to be celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. We have Gremlins. We have a sequel to Gremlins, Gremlins 2, the new batch, I think they call it. Let's see. We have Grumpier and Grumpier Old Men. Oh, yeah. One of my favorite Marvel films right here, Guardians of the Galaxy. Man, I remember seeing this in theater, guys. I was blown away. I couldn't wait to rewatch it when I bought it on video. And I bought it and I watched it like 2 or 3 times. It's such a great film. Guardians Galaxy Volume 2, which I like. I do enjoy. I'll take it much further. I love the movie, actually, because it's so freaking funny. I think the first one's a better storytelling than this one is, but I felt this one was funnier than the first one. That's just me. Then we have Guardians Galaxy Volume 3, which I like too. I think the downside of that one is that I don't like the soundtrack as much as the first 2 films. Let's see, Hacksaw Ridge. Oh yeah, classic right here. One of my favorite films to watch on Halloween time. The original Halloween. Man, what else can I say about the film? I did meet the cast. You can see the poster right behind me right here. I met Nick Castle, who played the original Michael Myers. What's her name? PJ Souls I met. She was really nice. And I'm trying to remember the lady's name. She was the first victim, got killed by Michael Myers. Not his sister. What was her name? I can't even remember. I'll probably look at the poster here. Nancy Loomis. Yeah, that's who I was talking about. But I took my mom, guys, to go see the original cast because she loves Halloween. I took her up to Spookala, horror convention. She really wanted to meet the cast up there, and she had a great time. That's very glad I was able to take her up to go see the cast up there. Then we have Halloween H2O, and then I think we have the recent Halloween films here, which I feel like I'm missing one here. I think I'm missing a film here somewhere. I don't know. But anyways, we have Halloween, the 2018 edition, which I really like. Don't love it as much as the original, but it's probably the second best to the original. Let's see, Halloween Kills. That movie was bloody. That was definitely one of the bloodiest Halloween films I've seen thus far. We have Happy Gilmore. Looking forward to seeing the sequel to that one there. We have the Harry Potter box set collection here. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, Deathly Hallows Part 1, and of course Deathly Hallows Part 2. I like watching these films probably not every year or every couple of years. I like to watch around the holidays. You never get tired of watching Harry Potter. Alright, let's see. The Hateful Eight Steelbook. Well, I tell you what, I'm very fortunate to own this here because I remember when I was buying movies back in the day when I was kind of like a movie addict. I went out and bought some movies, and I bought this one, guys. And I see a lot of YouTubers that collect movies. They have a very hard time finding this when it came out. I think this was the Target exclusive edition. But yeah, I'm very fortunate to own that there. Hocus Pocus, one of my favorite Halloween films. I actually am going to be going to SpookyCon this October. The girl that played the little girl, what was her name? Where's her name right there? I know it's right here. Is it Vanessa? No, I'm sorry, Thora Birch. Yeah, the little girl that was the witch in that film. I'm gonna be meeting her in person. Yeah, guys, this is one of my favorite Halloween films to watch. I don't like the sequel. Didn't care for it. I think they're talking about making a third one, which I don't know why. I'll answer that. They want money. Let's put it like that. Two of my favorite films to watch around Christmas time: Home Alone 1 and 2. Man, what else can I say about these two films? The first one I remember watching the first time, I don't know if it was, I'm not sure if I watched it with my parents or I watched it with my grandparents, but I watched it at their house, and of course the second one came out in 1994, I think it was. Let me see. Was it 1994? I'm sorry, 1992 it came out. And I saw that in theater, and we were entertained with that. Fun films to watch. We have Hugo. This film looks amazing on Blu-ray. I don't know if it's available on 4K yet, but this film is... If you want to watch a movie on Blu-ray, I highly recommend watching that. It is incredible picture quality. Hook, classic Steven Spielberg film there. And then we have the two House films. It's House 1 and House 2, The Second Story. I don't hear a lot of people talk about those films. They're not great horror films, but still entertaining. Howard the Duck. Let's see, we have The Incredible Hulk. I like a few of these off here. Hopefully I don't knock them over. Here we go. Let's see. We have Inception, which is probably the only, what's his name here? Christopher Nolan. Like, obviously I love the Dark Knight trilogy, but this is probably the only film that I like outside the Dark Knight trilogy that he's done. I'm not too much of a fan of some of the other films he's done. Let's see, we have The Incredibles and The Incredibles 2. The first one, love it. I know the second one, everybody was just complaining, like, why are we not getting a sequel? Come on, let's do a sequel. It finally came out, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I mean, I guess it did live up. Some people thought it didn't, but it was still pretty good. Independence Day, which I think, no, it's taken a couple years until its 30th anniversary. The Indiana Jones trilogy. Yes, I said trilogy. The Indian in the Cupboard. Used to read that book in elementary school. Invincible with Mark Wahlberg. Iron Man. This is the film right here that kicked off the Marvel Universe, and they did it in the best way they could do it, guys. Just a solid, great movie. Iron Man 2, which is, I enjoy. I know the movie gets a lot of shit from people. I mean, yes, it's got problems, but it's still an entertaining film to watch. I don't own Iron Man 3, though. I was not a big fan of Iron Man 3. We have Stephen King's It with Tim Curry. And then we have the two It films from 2017 and 2019. Man, I remember the first one when the trailer came out. I think it was, at the time, the most watched trailer in history. And then, of course, Avengers Endgame took over. But this one, when the trailer came out for this, guys, the first film, I mean, it was incredible. I couldn't wait to see it. And I think it was my mom, my cousin, and I, we went and saw it. And we really enjoyed it. The first movie is definitely a lot better than the second one. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the second part, but they could have done some better things with that. Let's see, we have It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. This is, my family and I, we've all loved this film. This is probably, no, actually, I think The Wizard of Oz is the oldest film I have in here, but this is one of the oldest films I have in my collection here. My family and I, we all grew up loving this film. Let's see, Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher. Jaws, classic. What else can we say about it here? It's just one of the greatest films ever made, and also they'll be celebrating the 50th anniversary of that film next year. Jeepers Creepers 1 and Jeepers Creepers 2. I enjoy both these films. They're the only two Jeepers Creepers films that I like, but the third film sucks. I can't figure out if that movie is like a sequel or prequel. It's just got so much shit they throw into that film that just doesn't make any sense. But I did meet Jonathan Breck. He played the Creeper here, and I actually have right here, you can probably see in one of my previous videos when I show a tour of my room, I have a frame right here with the axe that he signed for me, and there's also a Beat and Goo license plate that he signed for me too. But he did that film, guys. I'm not sure of the second one. The first film he did in Ocala, Florida, and they filmed that in Ocala in the month of August, which is the worst month of the year to film anything in the state of Florida outside. I mean, it's brutally hot down here in Florida that time of year. But I was talking to him about that, and I said, man, it had to be really rough to wear that latex costume that time. And he says, man, I never drank so much water and peed so much. So yeah, but fun horror films. Jeff Dahn, Spark of Insanity. Put the cookie down. Jingle All the Way. Definitely one of my favorite Christmas movies to watch. Let's get some films here. We have John Wick, which actually is the only rewatchable John Wick film. I think I might have to get all three now because, I mean, I wasn't too crazy about John Wick 2. It was decent. John Wick 3 was a little bit better, but again, not rewatchable. But John Wick 4 blew me away, so I may end up probably getting all four of them now. The Judge with Robert Downey Jr. Jumanji, classic childhood film. The Jungle Book. Another one of my all-time favorite films. This is probably my favorite Steven Spielberg film. Jurassic Park. I mean, what else can I say, guys? It's just great film. Then we have the box set of the Karate Kid. It's got 1, 2, and 3 here. Obviously, the first one's the best. The second one's entertaining. I do enjoy the second one. The third one's definitely the weakest. It has its moments, but all three of these films, when you watch Cobra Kai, guys, which by the way I did watch too, Cobra Kai, the last season, a few episodes they had to start off. It was really entertaining, but there's a good reason why all three of these films mean so much to Cobra Kai. They're bringing all the old characters back. Man, I love the artwork in the back there. That's pretty cool. So, great films. Dino-san. Then we have the two Kick-Ass films. I just watched these recently. They are so entertaining as hell. I love them. First one is, it definitely blew me away. It was much better than I was anticipated. The second one, I remember the first time I watched it, I really enjoyed it. But as I've watched it more, it's still entertaining, don't get me wrong, but I think it's got a little less interesting. If that's right. Or maybe I don't like it as much, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, I love them. Both great, fun films. Kindergarten Cop. The Lousy King Kong with Jeff Bridges, I think it is. Where are you at there? Is it Jeff Bridges? Yeah, Jeff Bridges here. But yeah, terrible movie, but like I said, entertaining as hell. Then we have Kong Skull Island. Let me get the rest of these over here. Alright. We have La La Land. Let's see, Lady and the Tramp. Another guilty pleasure. I talked about Alligator, how entertaining that one is. This one's another one, Lake Placid. Funny story. Back in 1999, my parents went away on vacation to the Bahamas. And my grandparents, when I was still young at the time, my grandparents were babysitting my brother and I. And they wanted to take us to go see a movie. So I was looking, in the papers to see what films were at. And this was the only one I was really interested in seeing. And then they took us to go see this. And it's funny. I kind of felt embarrassing because I didn't really think my grandparents would like this movie, but we walked out of there laughing so much how funny and entertaining this film was. Because what's his name? Oliver Platt is great in this film. If it weren't for him, I probably wouldn't enjoy this film as much. But it's definitely one of my guilty pleasures. Land Before Time, another childhood favorite here. I used to watch this a lot when I was a little kid. I like the... I don't know if they have it in this one here, but I remember when I had the VHS copy, it had that Pizza Hut commercial at the beginning. And man, that really got me in the mood to go eat Pizza Hut. The Leprechaun films. And I actually only enjoyed the first one. I don't care about the shitty sequels, but the first one's pretty good. Not great, but it's entertaining as hell. Liar Liar with Jim Carrey. Lights Out. Classic Disney film, Lion King. I don't own the live action one, obviously, because I think it was ridiculous that they even did that one. But this one here means a lot to me. The Little Mermaid. Little Monsters. This is a great one here. You don't hear a lot of the new generation that talk about this film. You know, this is just one of those films I used to grow up watching a lot as a kid. Little Shop of Horrors, and the Lord of the Rings trilogy on 4K. Definitely look amazing on 4K here. But three great films right here, and they're really the only three most entertaining Lord of the Rings films. I don't care for the the Hobbit films. Alright, we are down to 3 stacks here, guys, so we're getting there. The Lost Boys. Oh, let me get my foot out of here. It's starting to get numb. It's falling asleep. Alright, let's see. Mad Max Fury Road. Let's see. Maleficent. Major Payne. One of my favorite comedies right there. The Mask. Excuse me. The Matrix, and which is the only Matrix film I enjoy watching. Maverick with Mel Gibson. Mean Girls. Say all you want about that. I enjoy that film. Men in Black. I only have the original one, not the shitty sequels. Mercury Rising. Mickey's Christmas Carol. Let's see. $1 Million Baby. Moneyball, great film right there with Brad Pitt. Let's see, Moneyball. Monster Squad, one of my favorite films to watch around Halloween time. Mortal Kombat, and one of my classic favorite Robin Williams films right here, Mrs. Doubtfire. Love that movie. Woo! Getting tired already, guys, so I may have to fly through some of these here. Alright, here we go. The Mummy. My Cousin Vinny, classic comedy. I met Marissa Tomei early this year up at MegaCon. She was really cool. Let's see, The Naked Gun. Vacation, National Lampoon's Vacation with Chevy Chase. I met Chevy Chase last year, I think. I got a picture with him and Christy Brinkley. Christmas Vacation, Vegas Vacation. Not the best of the vacation films, but it's still entertaining. Never Ending Story. Love this film. Just love the theme song. Could sing it like all the time. Here they're talking about doing I don't know if it's a remake or a sequel or what they're gonna do, but I don't know. We'll see. But this is definitely a childhood favorite for me. Nightcrawler, Nightmare Before Christmas. No Holds Barred with Hulk Hogan. Let's see, The Nutty Professor. It's got this limited edition, Blu-ray set here. It opens up here. Don't see a lot of those nowadays. Over the Top with Stallone. Passengers. The Patriot, which I still think is underrated. It might be historically inaccurate, possibly, but I enjoyed this film. I love that part where he's got the axe and he starts killing all those bad guys in the beginning of the film. Patriots Day. Let's see, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Peter Pan, Disney's film. Another Disney one, Pinocchio. Pirates of the Caribbean. This is actually the only Pirates movie I own. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not being harsh on the sequels, guys. I mean, the sequels are okay, but to me, this is like really the only rewatchable Pirates film. Oh, one of my all-time favorite films. I watched this film right around Thanksgiving time. My family and I love this film. I certainly think this is everybody's like favorite film to watch around Thanksgiving time. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, guys. I love this movie. You never get tired of it. It makes you laugh all the time. Just a great film. Speaking of great films, the Planet of the Apes trilogy. You know, I have not seen the sequel yet. What is it? Something Kingdom, I think. I haven't seen that yet, but I've heard some good things about it. But this is a great trilogy right here. Obviously, the first one was better than I thought it would be. The second one, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, was much better than the first one. War of the Planet of the Apes, I was very hyped about. Buddy and I, we went and saw it, and I still liked the film, but I think it was, I don't know, I was kind of a little disappointed when I left the theater. When I go back and watch it, it's still good, but not as great as I wanted it to be. Polar Express, classic action right here. Predator with Schwarzenegger. It's the only Predator movie I like, guys. Primal Fear, great film. I've never been the biggest fan of Richard Gere as an actor, but you know he was pretty good in this. But Edward Norton was outstanding. All right, let's see. Princess Bride. Oh, Prisoners. Another great film. I saw this. Well, actually, I remember when I saw the trailer for this. It was kind of throwing me out because I didn't really seem like it was too interesting after I saw the trailer. But then I saw I think about a day before it was released in theaters, it was getting a lot of great reviews. A lot of people talk about how great this film was, and I saw it in theaters, and I was blown away. I was like, man, this was an excellent film, great acting, and this is one of those films, guys, it will think you as a parent to how far you would go to find your child if they were missing. It will really give you some questions about that. Ransom, underrated right here. This is a great suspense film right there. Great acting with Mel Gibson, Gary Sinise. Yeah, this is a great film. I highly recommend anybody. Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under double feature. Great films there. The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. All right, we are getting down to the nitty-gritty here, guys. I think I'm going to try to go through these real quick if I don't knock everything over here. Don't fall. The Ring, one of my favorite horror films. Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. I've not seen the remake yet. I heard a lot of people said it was pretty good. Some people are like, it was unnecessary. I don't really have an interest to watch it. Nothing against Jake Gyllenhaal, but this one was entertaining. Robin Hood, the animated film, and then we have the live action with what is his name? Kevin Costner. Grew up watching this as a kid. I think I want to watch this too. I haven't seen that in a while. Let's see, The Rock. You have the complete Rocky heavyweight collection right here. Rockies 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then it has Rocky Balboa. I love watching these films, you know, during the like holiday season or when it's cold outside. Rush Hour. This is one of my all-time favorite comedies here. I mean, the Rush Hour 2 was okay. I enjoyed that there, but I do enjoy just that one right there. Then we have Salem's Lot. The Sandlot, a classic film right here. I love watching this film around 4th of July. The Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Let's see, Saving Private Ryan, one of the greatest war films of all time. Scream. Scream 2, and Scream 4. I don't own Scream 3. I'm probably going to buy it if it's really cheap, but it's definitely my least favorite, I think, of the franchise. I've seen Scream 6, which was better than I thought, and then Scream 5. I don't know why they just call it Scream and not Scream 5. I mean, that one was fine, too. But yeah, I may have just buy them all, I guess, here, but they're entertaining horror films. 7. This is a great film by David Fincher. Great acting by Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. Yeah, it's a great film. The Shallows with Deadpool's wife. Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights. I like Shanghai Noon. Shanghai Nights was, it was okay. Shaun of the Dead. That's a good one. Shawshank Redemption, man. One of the greatest movies ever made. I don't know what else you can really say about it. It's one of the greatest movies. Sherlock Holmes. The Shining. Here's Johnny. Yeah. Classic one right there. Shrek. And Sicario. I was talking about Benicio del Toro earlier, guys. You know, I have Excess Baggage, which is like a chick flick, low-end comedy film. And it's amazing to see where Benicio del Toro was at that time compared to this film right here. He is amazing in this film. Alright. We're getting close. We're getting close. Alright, let's see. Silence of the Lambs. Silver Bullet. One of my favorite werewolf films. Gary Busey is entertaining in that film. Silver Linings Playbook. This is a great movie here. Great acting. Sleeping Beauty. Sleepy Hollow. Always love watching this around Halloween time. And by the way, I think they're talking about doing a remake to this here. Yeah, I don't know why, but I love that movie. Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Speed. Love that film. Great action film. Don't own the second one, and why would I? The Spider-Man trilogy. These ones I grew up watching when I was a kid. Still enjoy them. Yeah, just never get tired of watching them. Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Far From Home. And Spider-Man No Way Home. You can tell I'm probably getting tired, right, guys? Stand By Me. Great film. This is a very good coming-to-age film. It's a short film, but man, I never get tired of watching it. But yeah, it's one of my favorite films of all time. Hope that's not going to fall. Alright, let's talk some Star Wars. We got Star Wars The Phantom Menace. Star Wars Attack of the Clones. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Rogue One Star Wars story. Star Wars A New Hope. Alright. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Star Wars The Force Awakens. Star Wars The Last Jedi. And finally, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. It's this cool little limited edition. I think I got this at Best Buy or Target. I can't remember. But that's all the Star Wars films. And now we are down to the last stack, guys. So let's get her done here. Alright. Superbad. Let's see. Sword in the Stone. Classic Disney right here. One of my favorite Disney movies of all time. Taken. It's the only Taken movie I like. Taken at Pelham 1, 2, 3. Tangled. This was a good one. When I was living in Orlando about 14 years ago, I think, when I moved to Orlando. It was, November of 2010. A couple girls invited me to go see this film, and I was really surprised. Really surprised how good. It's definitely one of my favorite Disney films. I wish they could make great Disney films like that, but they don't do nowadays. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. We have Ted. Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox. Let's see, we have the Terminator and Terminator 2, two of my favorite action films. I just watched them recently. This one's still very, still great, but the second one, it just knocked it out of the park. There's something about Mary, Thor, Thor: The Dark World. That's between that one and Captain Marvel are two of my least favorite Marvel films. Thor: Ragnarok, A Time to Kill. This is a good film. You guys, I recommend this film. This film is very underrated. We have Titanic. I think I gotta upgrade that to 4K. Let's see, we have Tommy Boy, classic Chris Farley film there. Toy Story, one of my favorite films of all time. Childhood, I saw this in theaters with the family and never get tired of watching it. We have The Town, one of my favorite heist films. Yeah, I never get tired of watching this film. That's a great movie. We have the Tremors Attack Pack collection right there. Tron, what is it? Tron Legacy, excuse me, 3D. We have Twister 4K. Just bought this the other day. I haven't seen the new Twisters film yet. I'm hearing some fair to decent things about it. But overall, guys, I still enjoyed this film. Love watching that film during the summertime. Uncle Buck, a classic John Caney. Talk about great outdoors, and the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles are great comedies by John Caney, but that's another one that's up there as well. I enjoy that. V for Vendetta. Let's see. Van Helsing. Varsity Blues. A Walk Among the Tombstones. A Walk to Remember. Warrior, great film. I remember when I was still living in Orlando back in 2011, I was sitting at home and I wanted to watch something new. I was like, I want to watch something new. I want to keep watching the same old films. So I went on to Best Buy's website and I saw this film. I didn't see this in theater, guys. I didn't heard nothing about it. And I saw it. I was like, that looks kind of interesting. So I went down and bought it. This is the very first edition that came out. And yeah, I watched it. I was pleasantly surprised how great it was. Watchmen. We Bought a Zoo. We Were Soldiers. Wedding Crashers, entertaining comedy there. Speaking of another entertaining comedy, Weekend at Bernie's. If you guys haven't seen this, I recommend this. It's pretty funny. What's going on here? Okay. Oh my gosh, one of my all-time favorite films, guys. Man, when I saw this, I kept watching it over and over. This is a great, great movie. Is Whiplash. Great acting. J.K. Simmons, man, he knocked it out of the park in that film. White House Down. Willow. This is another film, guys, like Never Ending Story. You don't hear a lot of new generation talk about that movie and this movie. It's a great film. I enjoy it, watch it all the time. Didn't really get into the TV series on Disney Plus. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Wizard of Oz. What else can I say about this? It's a classic. Yeah, it's a great film. The Wolf of Wall Street. And I got a few more here, guys. Alright, we got The Wolfman remake. Wonder. The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. Another great film I enjoy watching in November. Yeah, just a great film. Young Frankenstein, another great classic right there. We have Young Guns. I've met Kiefer Sutherland and Lou Diamond Phillips a few years back. I think it was back in 2019 Orlando. Both were really cool guys. And to wrap it up, guys, Zombieland. So that is my complete Blu-ray collection. Guys, thank you again. I hope you enjoyed this video. I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate the 100 video on my, on my channel here. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a lot of movies here, and please do leave your comments below if you have any questions. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button below, guys. So, yeah, now I gotta put these back. So, pray for me. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Later guys.